Start by telling us kind of how the hearing went today and what came out of it.
Yes, Sam DeQuilla, District Attorney, East and West Feliciana Parish. So we had a hearing today, a continued custody hearing. When a juvenile is actually charged with a crime and they're placed in detention, we have to have a hearing within 72 hours to determine whether the detention was lawful under Children's Code Article 305. And we did that today. Considering the nature of the offense and the charges that were actually presented under the Children's Code Article 305, we were actually able to move the proceeding from a juvenile court proceeding to an adult court proceeding. So he will be charged as an adult.
You also mentioned that you might be looking to move him to an actual prison instead of a juvenile detention center. Is that the case as well?
Hopefully that he will be moved to an actual prison. That's the sheriff's call on that.
Okay. Do we have any other updates on when a trial date might be set or anything like that?
No. Initially, when somebody's arrested or initially charged, they'll be set for an arraignment. The arraignment date will probably be set in about a month or two. I believe the sheriff's office, and they could speak a lot better or more on this, they're still doing some investigation, and once the investigation's complete, or we will get a arraignment date set timely.
Are we able to get his name now?
You
Yes.
are. You want me to
Yeah.
give it? Okay. Okay, so the individual that they took out of juvenile court and charged today is Malik Liggins. Malik Liggins. Malik Liggins. He's I think he's 15. He will be held right now in a jail that is set up for juveniles. That there's still some rules and laws about how you have to hold them when they're under 18. So he'll be in with a group right now that meets those standards. He is charged with obstruction of justice, principal obstruction of justice, principal to attempted second-degree murder, and reckless discharge of a firearm at a parade or demonstration. So that is what came out of the situation today with Malik. Now, I believe we can say his name. I've looked at it. Y'all can check it out if you're not comfortable with it, but I'm pretty sure that we can call his name now because he is being charged with an adult. We made a report yesterday that we were going to have more arrests, and we have the report today that we do have another arrest with those same charges that I said just a minute ago. Philip Williams, aka Choppa, and he was picked up today by the Louisiana State Police Fugitive Task Force and in Baton Rouge, and he will be charged for those same things.
Do you have an age for him by chance?
I think he's 25. I have a date of birth I can give you. And I don't know if we'll be able to have a mugshot today because we got to get him from there to us and book him. And he's got some issues in Baton Rouge. So yeah, we'll try to get you a mugshot. I think we'll be able to release Malik's mugshot today as well.
Can you kind of speak about, you had mentioned over the weekend that you believe this is gang affiliated. Can you kind of speak to me about that? But also, there's a 15-year-old was in court in connection to this. Can you kind of speak about these juveniles being involved with something like this?
Well, it's a really bad thing, but it's a reality. I mean, it's happening. And this is a good example of what happened today. Our goal right now is to break down this whole incident, and we have good information, good evidence, but it's taken some time because there's a lot of things that was going on with a lot of people. Kevin Garrick here is our chief investigator, and we have a really good crew of people helping us. We have Louisiana State Police CID, we have Zachary PD, we have one detective from West Feliciana Sheriff's Office, and several others that are helping us with this investigation. And we have a really good crew that I believe is going to get to the bottom of everything, even to the point we feel of who pulled the triggers.
Do you have any updates on the victims?
Yes. As DA DeQuilla said a while ago, the victims have, thank goodness no one's not died. But I don't want to give names of the victims today. I will say that one of the victims that was reported shot in this was actually Malik Liggins. he got shot, but he's also the perpetrator in the event. The other people that were shot, as far as we know, they're not part of this, and obviously some innocent people and the 6-year-old that we've reported on, they're all in stable condition. Now, one of the female victims, as I understand it, very likely could be paralyzed the rest of her life. So that's sad, and it's our job to bring justice to this situation, and we're going to do everything we can.
So this is a really small town. How do you
Yes.
think this is going to impact the community?
It's very impactful, I think. I can let the DA speak on that too, but I think it's very impactful because this is a town that we don't usually have that. The locals that were here Saturday, it's not something that they're used to in this community. So it's got a major impact because most of the people just want to come and have fun at the parade and celebrate Mardi Gras. And it's a shame that things like this happen. That is, it's terrifying. I'm sure that there's people, I've heard several accounts from people that were there the other day that were horrified. And I think it's going to have an impact on them to be involved in that and to see that.
And hopefully we are going to send a strong message that this type of behavior is not going to be tolerated. Mr. Gehrig's working on it. He's informed us this morning they came across another victim. Like the sheriff was saying, luckily all our victims have survived. It happened right at the southwest corner of the courthouse square, which we're standing right now. And the latest victim, I think, was grazed by a bullet. We're just really lucky not to have any fatalities in this matter. And we're going to send a strong message that this behavior will not be tolerated in this community.
Right. And as the DA said about this victim that Mr. Gehrig found out, we found out about it at 10 o'clock today. So there's still a lot of things going on that people are coming to us and telling us, and we urge them, if you have anything, come to us, let us know. They can reach us at the sheriff's office here in Clinton, but we don't want to leave one stone unturned because we want to put these people away and have justice like it's supposed to be.
And as the sheriff just says, please, any information that can be provided is going to be beneficial.
Yes.
Videos, audios, hearsay, anything that you can have, please cooperate and submit the information to the sheriff's office.
What is the parish doing to try to crack down on on gangs coming around? And I know other parishes have expressed concerns about this as well.
Some of the gangs in this area, they're not just having issues in one parish. They're having issues in all the surrounding parishes around Baton Rouge, So, for us, what we do is we try to run extra criminal patrols once or twice a week in addition to our shift to see if we can see any of those kind of things going on and make a better presence, hoping that nothing would happen. But this was a terrible thing for gunshots to be fired with all these people in here. That's just not something you'd think would happen, but it's horrible. And I think it's next level to other stuff, to have innocent people there and have a shooting there that innocent people get hit.
We mentioned before, obviously stuff like this doesn't happen here. Unfortunately, this has made national news. What's kind of the reaction from you guys and just your message for the public moving forward as you start to get the details and everything?
Again, this behavior is not going to be tolerated. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure it does not happen again and to bring justice to these individuals and justice to the victims.
Were his parents reported with him?
Yes.
Are you aware of any other parades in the parish who might cancel after?
Well, we've always had a parade on Mardi Gras Day in Wilson, Louisiana. And it's really small. It's on Mardi Gras Day. Most of the time, the only people that come to that is locals around Wilson and kind of around the parish. But it's usually very small. But in light of what happened Saturday, their administration with the town has put out that they're not going to have a Mardi Gras parade. They canceled it.
Now, I'd like to say the sheriff's office did have a very strong police presence at that Mardi Gras parade. The state troopers, they had West Feliciana Parish Sheriff's Office that were involved, Norwood, Wilson, all our small towns were represented, and they were standby or extra duty police officers that were here along with the Clinton Police Department and the East Feliciana Parish Sheriff's Office. And it still happened.
Yeah. One thing I'd like to add is that, as the DA said, we did plan to have plenty of people here, and we were prepared. But sometimes when you're prepared, even then, if someone does something like this, you don't know, you know. But I can tell you this: every single law enforcement officer in the area run to the shots being fired, and they did a good job.
There might have been different outcomes, because I know in the videos that we saw circulating around social media, there were officers and deputies right there in that area, so
Absolutely.
having them there actually
Absolutely.
benefited this.
Absolutely, and like I said, they did a great job. It could have been worse if we didn't have as much presence and much help when the incident started, but when they got involved in it, they got it shut down, and they got the people back, and everybody ran to the gunfire. And that's something that you train for, you hope will happen, and these guys did it. They deserve a lot of credit for how they reacted to this.
I've heard from a local that there was like a gang tip-off to the police department. That's why there were so many, such a
No,
heavy...
ma'am, that's not
wasn't?
why there were so many.
Okay, okay.
The reason there were so many, and I don't want to say, that's kind of what we've tried to clear up. We didn't know this was going to happen,
Okay.
but there were a couple of parties that were scheduled to be after this. So you had the parade, which typically is a lot more people than what were here this Saturday because it was so cold. But on the backside of it, you had two different places that they were having after parties. And one of them we've had in the years past, we had a lot of people into it. So we had a lot more law enforcement here really thinking that we was gonna have a traffic jam, was gonna have problems with the after party after the parade. But we were prepared for the parade as well with enough people.
What's kind of your message for the community who's seeing this and you're like, you know what, I don't think I want to go to any more events in my town? What's your message to them?
Well, I mean, in light of what happened there, I wouldn't blame them for feeling that way. I mean, there's just, this is not the only place in the world that we see this, you know. I mean, it happens in mass crowds, and we've seen it all over the country and places. So, you know, I would just say that if you do, you need to be observant and be careful. But I really don't blame them for feeling like they wouldn't want to do it because of the events that happen a lot of times now.
I think that's pretty much everything. Is there anything else you guys want to add to let people know about?
Thank y'all for coming.
More arrests are coming.
How many do you anticipate?
Can I say that? I mean,
2 to 3, maybe 4.
we're still investigating, so.
Yeah, it's hard to say because we do know of more that we are going to have, but you know it's under investigation right now. We certainly don't want to get too far ahead of that, you know, and we can't say a whole lot because Mr. DeQuilla has kind of got to monitor what we say because he's the one that's got to prosecute this, and we don't want to give out too much information that would cause him an issue to prosecute.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.